So this video is going to be for e-commerce brand owners who are looking to add a ton of revenue to their stores and who aren't really doing anything with email right now. We're going to walk through how you can utilize automated email flows and drive conversions and win back lost sales. So I want to start off looking at this funnel here, which is something you may have seen before. Someone just being introduced to your brand will be at the top of the funnel, and as they consume more content from you, they will move down the funnel. So kind of the awareness level. They might start off at just visiting your site or your social media, and then eventually, view products, add to cart, and the goal is to get them down to the bottom. Some common ways to get people down the funnel would be using reviews and social proof, product demos, discounts, etc. Basically anything to build up more interest in your product. The problem is that there are holes throughout this funnel, enabled by the ability for a user to just click off your website at any time, even if they had the intention to buy something. So users are constantly visiting your website and always leaving. An essential piece of information to understand is that if someone was on your site, there is a degree of interest which can be eventually converted into a sale. That level of interest may be 1 out of 100, but it still exists. The goal of automated email recovery flows are to recover as much lost revenue as possible and move the customer down the purchase intent funnel so that everyone is kind of ending up at the bottom here to purchase. A pretty crazy number is that most e-commerce brands will pull in an average of 30% of their revenue through email flows and campaigns, and I've seen some hit over 50%. So if you're not doing any of this stuff, you could be ignoring a potential like 1.5x to your revenue in just a few months. So here's another little diagram just showing how these holes are basically any way that someone is leaving your website. So clicking off at the add to cart, clicking off just after viewing a product, anything like that. What you want to do is seal off these holes by having email recovery flows in place so that the user is sent emails after they leave your website to kind of try and bring them back and recover that revenue. So here are some of the email flows that are the most common. We'll start off over here on the left with the welcome flow. The most common and important one out of all of them is this one. It is a series of emails that would be sent over the course of a week or two after someone first subscribes to your email list. So you could hit them with a coupon for 10% off, introduce them to the brand, show some reviews, prompt them to follow you on social media, send a message from the founder or CEO, and then remind them of the discount one more time if they haven't used it yet. So this is just kind of like 1 to 2 days, 2 to 3 days between each email. And this one converts the most out of all emails just because, or it generates the most revenue just because when someone first subscribes to your list or they give you their email, they're really warm right then, right? It's a very warm lead and it's going to be easier to get them to buy something because they're interested in your brand, and then you hit them with a discount. It's just a great way to drive sales. Next up is the abandoned cart and abandoned checkout flow. This one's pretty simple. We're basically notifying people when they leave the site with an item in their cart, and then offering a discount if they don't convert after we notify them, answer some FAQs, kind of try and resolve some of the objections they might have to purchasing through an email. And then we'll, offer a discount, remind them of the discount, add some urgency. So something like your cart expires in 24 hours alongside like the discount you've offered is a great way to do that. Site abandonment is pretty similar. It's just one email where someone kind of goes on your site, they don't click on any products, they don't really do anything, they just maybe scroll through and then leave, and you're able to show them some bestsellers or just like a really broad targeted email. Browse abandonment is similar, but this time people were clicking on products, so we can track that and then email them something like, see something you like, and then we can duplicate the same flow from cart abandonment and offer discounts with urgency to try and convert a sale. You might see all these discounts and be concerned that your margins will suffer, but I want you to look at it like this. If you're running with, let's say, 15% margins and offer a 10% discount, you're down to just 5% margins, but that 5% that you make would never have existed if not for the 10% discount. Like that sale never would have happened, so you would have been at zero. So you're still profiting. And if you stack up enough of those sales at a lower margin, you're still making a big chunk of money that literally never existed before. So you're basically creating money out of thin air by simply utilizing these strategies with urgency and discounts in your emails. So post-purchase is next up. This one gets sent out after a customer buys something from you. So this is where you can upsell related products, ideally consumable ones. Those are actually the best upsells, and ask for reviews. And you can educate them on how to use the product they bought if that's applicable. So if it's a skincare product, for example, or maybe like a vacuum cleaner, you can give them a product demo. If it's something like a t-shirt, then it's not so much. You can maybe give them like washing instructions or just something related to the use of the product or styling, something like that. So the reason I mentioned to include refillable products in the post-purchase upsells is because you can then send replenishment reminders over like about a month or two after. Basically, if someone buys a towel and then you upsell them on a cream, you can then email them to refill that cream after 30 days. So you can say like time for a refill, and then you can keep doing the same thing that you did for the embedment emails, where you give social proof, you maybe offer a discount, you add some urgency, you say it's going to be sold out soon, something like that. So it's just great to have in place. Customer win-backs are targeted at people who haven't bought anything from you in the past 2 to 4 months. So what you'll do is kind of send them an email saying what's new, if you have any current promos going on, and you can put some urgency on that promo. So maybe like 24 hours, in 24 hours this deal expires, or you only have today to claim this coupon. The last one I have on this list of common flows is the backfill or back population flow. The reason I have it saved for the end is because it's a one-time use only, but it has the potential to make you a ton of money right away. This is because it's a duplicate of your welcome flow, but edited slightly to target people who have already been subscribed to your emails in the past. If you have a big list, you could have hundreds of thousands of emails who you can send a one-time blast to, offering a discount and introducing the brand's new look. Again, this should only be done once, so the revenue collected from this will be a one-time thing, but still, I don't think anyone's complaining about making some easy money. So these are some of the most common flows that are set up within e-commerce brands, but there are others, and there is a lot that you can do to drive even more revenue. Things like segmenting your list so you can target better, or having some more niche flows like a VIP customer flow. Outside of flows, you should also be running campaigns every week. These don't necessarily have to be discounts, but they do need to be selling your products or educating prospects on the product, kind of like showing what the product does. You can do demos. You can send social proof like reviews or video reviews from content creators, things like that. If you want to see more of this stuff, drop a comment and let me know. And I hope Q4 treats you well. Cheers.